2022 Apple event has concluded, and with it there were many different new products discussed. One of them being the new iPhone 14, 14 Plus, 14 Pro, and 14 Pro Max. So if you're in the market for a new iPhone, or just like tech and want the details, then you have come to the right place. If you haven't yet subscribed to our channel, we look at and review tech, with an occasional sprinkle of vehicle mods on my own daily drivers. If that interests you, then please subscribe and smash that like button on this video. Let's get started. The iPhone 14 at 6.1 inches diagonally and iPhone 14 Plus at 6.7 inches diagonally, running the A15 Bionic chip, the same chip that is in all the current iPhone 13 models. Colors are Midnight, Starlight, Blue, Purple, and Product Red. The available storage is 128, 256, and 512. Aerospace grade aluminum, ceramic shield glass screen, Super Retina XDR OLED display. The iPhone has up to 20 hours of battery life, while the iPhone 14 Plus has up to 26 hours of battery life. 12 megapixel rear camera with a 49% improvement in low light, and a 12 megapixel front camera with a 38% improvement in low light. The front camera now has autofocus. The new Photonics engine that powers this new camera gives much better detail and color in your pictures. Cinematic mode can record videos in 4K at 24 frames per second, the same frame rate we see in the movies. Video features a new action mode which acts as a gimbal to steady the shaking during action scenes. No more SIM tray. Instead, all the new iPhone 14s across the board will have electronic SIMs or eSIMs. Crash detection in all the new iPhones as well can alert your emergency contacts and call 911 in the event of a collision. Emergency SOS via satellites can help you locate a satellite to get the best signal. When purchasing any iPhone 14 series, you get this for free for 2 years, coming in November. Pricing starting at $800 for the 14 128 gig and available to order September 16th. The 14 Plus pricing starting at $900 with the 128 gig, and you can order as early as October 7th. Next in the lineup, we have the Pro series. The iPhone 14 Pro at 6.1, 14 Pro Max at 6.7. Colors are space black, gold, silver, and deep purple with an OLED ceramic shield, back wrapped with the matte finish and stainless steel body. 128 gig, 256, 512, and yes, still 1 terabyte. The iPhone 14 Pro series has all the benefits of the 14 and 14 Plus, but with the A16 Bionic chip. The 14 Pro, 23 hours of battery life, and the 14 Pro Max, 29. Meet the new Dynamic Island, replacing the notch, which is still on your regular 14 and 14 Plus. This Dynamic Island is packed with features such as haptic touch and houses your bubbles, notifications, and alerts. Coupled with the new always-on display in iOS 16, you can really customize your lock screen. The Pro camera system has 48 megapixel main lens, 12 megapixel ultra-wide lens, 12 megapixel 2x telephoto, and 12 megapixel 3x telephoto, with a sapphire crystal lens. Apple Pro RAW, macro photography. The iPhone 14 Pro pricing starts at $1,000 and will be available to order on September 16th. The iPhone 14 Pro Max pricing starts at $1,100 and will also be available to order on September 16th. So looking at the 4 new phones, you have your 14, 14 Plus, same chip that is in your current, all the iPhone 13 models, and then you have your 14 Pro and 14 Pro Max. It looks to be that kind of the main features I see. You have the notch going away on the Pro series, but staying on your 14 and 14 Plus, replaced by that dynamic island or that pill shape at the top. So now when you force press into that with haptic feedback, you can then change some things, check your notifications. It's kind of like a third-party menu, if you will. And then you also have the lock screen that you can edit with iOS 16. I imagine you could probably still do that too with the 14 and 14 Plus, and then you can do that with anything that will allow you to upgrade to iOS 16, which I would think be, I don't know how far they'll go back, maybe the iPhone XS and above, maybe the iPhone 10, you can get iOS 16. I don't know that. But it sounds like that lock screen is part of iOS 16, which would be backward compatible to wherever models they'll allow it to upgrade. So what do you really get with the Pro Series? Well, same size as you have now on your 13 Pro Series. It did mention that the bezels would be a little bit thinner, so it gives you a little bit more screen real estate, but it's minuscule. Battery life, they didn't really focus on battery life. They didn't mention too much. I did like how pricing is the same for the phones. It's great to see that. That was kind of a concern with the chip shortage and with things and where they were going. But I want to know what you think. What do you think about the 14 Pro Series, the 14 regular, 14 Plus? What iPhone do you have now? Maybe you have an Android and you're looking to upgrade. We did a video last week about 13 now or 14 later. Definitely applies in this scenario looking at the stats. I'm interested to see what folks will do. Again, promotions too can play a role in this. Ideally, your promotions when a new phone comes out are going to be better than on the older phone. Yes, the older phone will go down in pricing. I think $100 each model usually it goes down by. So you have a $100 gap between the 13 and the 14 or 13 Pro and 14 Pro, etc. Is it enough to save you money? If you're doing a device payment over 24 months or 36 months, it's really not that much monthly for that $100. So put your thoughts down there in the comments. Curious what you think and where you want to go in terms of your personal phone and what you're thinking. Did Apple knock it out of the park? Do they still have some work to do? Did they hold back features for the iPhone 15? I'd love to hear that as well. It's not Type-C charging. It does not have a fingerprint sensor. So those are two things that I know have been talked about pretty much since the iPhone 10. Are they going to have it and then they end up not? So we're here now 4 models later and still don't have it. I want to know what you think. Also in our links for the description for all our social medias, please go ahead and follow us on those as well. And as always, like, share, subscribe. Make it a great day.